At Company of Angels, we acknowledge the land on which we work and the traditional custodians of this land, the Gabrielino Tongva Nation. We give our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. We honor the Gabrielino Tongva people, whose lands, winds, and waters we all now share, and their ancient and enduring cultures. This land was the home of storytelling long before Company of Angels existed, and we are privileged and grateful to share our stories here today.
Company of Angels is dedicated to creating theater that is deeply connected to its community. We share and help give a voice to the many stories that exist in said community. Through a collective of actors, directors, playwrights, designers, and administrators, our company forges ongoing and meaningful relationships with the residents of Los Angeles. Company of Angels artists embrace the responsibility to face the darkness, tell the truth, and bring forth to light. We take action by raising our voices and demand justice for George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor. We say their names, sadly holding a long list of others in our hearts, to continually educate ourselves on how to confront problematic racial patterns in our own lives and work. We stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement and send love to our Los Angeles community.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Angel City Improv Comedy and Community Night, presented by Company of Angels. We are so happy to have you here with us tonight, and tonight we're going to bring you some great comedy, some community, and some spoken word. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce Armando Molina. He is our artistic director. Let's bring him on in.
Hey.
Hi, Armando.
Hey, how's it going?
Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you, too, and everybody's at home or in front of their laptops as well.
We do appreciate you for being here. In a couple of minutes, could you tell us what the Company of Angels has been up to and what you're looking forward to this year?
Totally. We're very excited about what we're doing next. Like, for example, we're continuing our collaboration with Legacy LA, which is our host in Hazard Park, with stand-up comedy taught by Elizabeth Covarrubias. And it's sponsored by Beyond the Bell, who's funding it. So we're very grateful for that. And also this year, we're partnering with Center Theater Group to do what they call community stories in their community program. And we're doing an illustrated 3-part story written by Judy Sue who is part of our playwrights group. Right. And it's illustrated by Mauro Flores Jr. So it's sort of like one of those graphic novels, but with voiceovers. And the sound design, I have to shout out to sound designer Andrea Slim Almond, and directed by our very own Juliana Stephanie Ojeda. Very proud of her. Excellent.
Wow, that's a lot going on at our theater. Even though we're in a COVID environment, there's just so much going on in our theater.
And there's more too, but I won't tell you because I don't want to overwhelm the audience.
Okay, we'll just know that there's more to come, right?
Yes,
so
way more.
A lot more to come. Yes, and then we really do value community here at Company of Angels. In fact, one of our co-producers wears 2 hats. Ooh. Not only does she work at Company of Angels as an associate producer, but she also works at Legacy LA, and we're going to bring her on because Legacy LA is our community partner this month. So, Juliana,
hey.
Come on. Hi, Juliana.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We forgot. Did we mention the one top secret collaboration that we have going on for improv audience? Did we mention that one before I jump into the legacy stuff?
It's top secret.
Is it top?
Yes.
Yes, Karine, you have permission to go ahead and share.
I do. I have security clearance. Okay, thank you so much. We are very proud and honored that this year we are going to collaborate with Improv Theater. They're the theater across town. Some of their staff and company are going to collaborate with our staff and company, and we're going to do a joint production, which will culminate into a live stream performance on May 1st. So that's very exciting. And I hope that you all come back and watch that production.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you both so much.
So Juliana, tell us a little bit about Legacy LA's programs, your mission statement, and what you got in store for us.
So I am the Career Readiness Coordinator over at Legacy LA, and Legacy LA serves the community of Ramona Gardens and the surrounding area, Boyle Heights, Lincoln Heights. We have many, many programs that help the community youth, parents, middle school through high school, and the adults. But rather than hearing from me, boring adult. Yes, I am an adult. We have some youth organizers here with us this evening from our Invest in Youth program over at Legacy LA. Tintin, can you bring them up with me? We have Cass, Cassandra, and Oscar. Hi, y'all. Introduce yourselves and what it is that our very, very important program Invest in Youth is, and what your role is as a youth organizer, and what is going on this semester for y'all.
Yeah, so thanks for inviting us over tonight. I'm Cassandra Cordova, pronouns she and hers. I'm a youth organizer with Legacy's LA Social Justice Program. And yes, we do work with the Invest in Youth campaign. And we'll discuss the Invest in Youth campaign a little more into depth right now, but I'm going to pass it over to one of my co-youth organizers. Oscar, take it away.
Hey, thank you, Cassandra. What's up, community? Oscar Alberto Dominguez here, youth organizer. Well, my focus with the Invest in Youth campaign is to build our coalition, to invite more folks into our coalition, into the movement that we're building, and to getting youth to be on the forefront of our city. So my job is to open up the doors to the community, and I hand it off to my homie and my friend Cassandra with the C.
Hey everyone, excited to be here with you all. My name is Cassandra Castillo Tapia, pronouns she, her, hers, and I'm also a youth organizer with Legacy LA and the Invest in Youth campaign. We really work towards making and uplifting youth voices, making sure that we're heard, that we're given a seat at the table, and that we're always, in those positions of power, because we as young people, we know exactly what we want from our city, and we will continue to push and advocate for that.
So what is Invest in Youth?
Yeah, so Invest in Youth is a campaign which we are advocating for the creation of a youth development department. Right now, the city of Los Angeles doesn't invest enough in our community. We're invested only $75 per young person per the city. And to be honest, that's not enough for us. That's not even a Disneyland ticket. And to hear that the city's not investing as much in us, it just does not make sense for us. So we want to make sure that these politicians, that anyone hears that our young people deserve to be given a seat at the table.
Cassandra, is there anything else you want to add about what's going on this coming year for y'all?
Yeah, so the Invest in Youth campaign has a lot going on. Just want to highlight today, actually earlier today, marked the wrap up of our youth development task force. And this task force, it was a body of youth development experts and two young folks who really paved the way into creating a report. This report is going to have all of our sweat and tears. It's including what we define positive youth development to be in the city of LA. And soon, I believe February 9th, this report will be presented to a committee, and then it's going to be passed on to city council, and then it's left in the hands of our representatives. But best believe that the advocacy does not stop. Another thing we do have coming up, we do have an Invest in Youth open mic, February 22nd. We'll give you all the details when it comes around. But yes, we do have an Invest in Youth open mic coming up.
And now, Oscar, I believe you have a question for both the Cassandras, right?
That's right. It's a question that is always coming up in this campaign. So Cassandra, what does Invest in Youth mean to y'all?
That's such a great question, and there's so many things I could include, right? But for me, pulling into like my personal narrative tied to this campaign, if someone were to tell me, hey, how do I invest in young folks? So where do I even begin, right? For me, it's definitely funneling funds into leadership and enrichment programs, because to be quite honest, I found my capacity and my ability to to be a leader in my community by mistake. I did not, this wasn't given to me, right? I followed a friend who needed to drop off an application at Legacy LA. And then when I was following them, I stumbled upon one of my mentors at Legacy LA. Actually, her name is Lucy, now the director of leadership programs. And when I met Lucy, she just gave me positive and encouraging vibes. Kid you not, my first introduction. And I joined the youth council program. And the fact that I found my leadership capabilities by mistake is a disservice to all young folks in the city. So when I started partaking in this youth council program and learned a little more about the Invest in Youth campaign, I was like, this is what I need to be working on. This is what I need to be advocating for the city to really invest in young folks. And yeah, so if you were to ask me, we need to start definitely highlighting, uplifting youth narratives, but also supporting community nonprofits like Legacy LA, who's already doing the groundwork. There's just that money isn't being directed that way, right? But I'll pass it over to Cassandra. Cassandra, you got anything to add?
Yes, in addition to everything that you've been saying, Cassandra, I think it's really important for me to uplift and give youth power. It's about uplifting our stories and just honoring our experiences. I think it's about giving youth the opportunities to succeed, to just show their full potential, because we have so much to offer as young people. And if it weren't for Legacy believing in me, I probably wouldn't be the advocate I am today, similar to you, Cassandra. This was the first space where my voice was truly heard as a young person. And I wasn't tokenized for my ideas. I wasn't just a number in their book, right? I was someone who was listened to, and I was able to connect to other youth who, like me, want to create a change in our community. I want to be able to give youth that same power, to be able to see them have that. And it's not fair that we don't have a seat at the table. It's not fair that policy is made around us. And it's not fair that they have conversations about us without us, and that they say so much about us youth. And that when we speak up about these issues in our communities, that they say we say too much.
Damn, that last line really hit me. They just saying too much, huh? They be saying we don't know. They be saying we too young. They be saying we trouble. They be saying we nothing without them. To be honest, they just be saying too much.
They just be saying too much.
They just be saying too much.
The youth be watching them play their games. The youth be identifying the gaps they make. The youth be challenging the norms they overlooked. And the youth be strategizing to make change. The youth be doing the work in so many ways. And still they be saying too much.
They just be saying too much.
They just be saying too much.
As the youth, I know my familia sacrificed a lot to get me here. I know my comunidad will never leave the fight. I know my cultura is here to stay, and I know I've been putting in el tiempo. I know I'm ready to keep on showing up. Y todavía, they be saying too much.
Y todavía they be saying too much.
Y todavía they be saying too much.
The youth are watching, listening, and moving together. Can't wait till we get that seat at the table. We are the future. Pa adelante, jóvenes. Mientras they keep saying too much.
To be honest, yeah, Oscar, they be saying too much. They be saying that education is a necessity, but then let's discuss the accessibility, because education isn't based on ability, but rather where we call community.
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 Community. My community is beautiful, yet misrepresented. My community is underfunded and neglected.
But please don't get it twisted. The perseverance is prevalent.
We surpass what they call the necessity, so now we claim nothing but resistance. The resistance to the mold of complacency. We are here, we are tired. Y la lucha sigue because we stay inspired.
So don't get it twisted. The perseverance is prevalent.
So don't get it twisted. The perseverance is prevalent.
Yeah, to be honest, they be saying too much. Estás muy chiquita. You're too young. Too young to know the struggles, my teacher said. Too young to understand the unsaid. Too young to fight for what's right. Too young to understand why my parents work till daylight.
But what would you know of the struggles of the world?
What would you know of the struggles of the world?
Well, little do you know that my age is not a setback. It is not a number you can use to set me off my track, to stop me from pushing policy, to stop me from dismantling policies, to stop me from fighting for my peers, to stop me from dreaming big past my years.
But what would you know of the struggles of the world?
What would you know of the struggles of the world?
I know the struggles of the world. I know what was left unspoken and hurled. I know that my age doesn't mean I don't understand the oppression of my people, the milagros left at the steeple, the problems of my parents, community with so much resilience and perseverance.
What would you know of the struggles of the world?
What would you know of the struggles of the world?
I know the struggles of the world. I know about the tears left unshed, pooling in the depths of our hearts, issues that the therapist would say are off the charts. I know about the struggles of the lady yelling every morning, "Llegó el pan," because every morning I hear her. I can hear her dreams, her goals, her inspiration. I hear the people with stars in their eyes, just waiting for el pan. Because hearing el pan means we'll make it another day. Another day for the youth, the future, the now, the youth fighting battles with sweat coming down their brows. Another day of us raising our voices. Another day of us making choices. Another day of youth fighting for our ancestors' dreams. Another day of us mobilizing past regimes, because we do know.
Don't ignore our collective expression.
But do end your youth impression.
So stop saying too much.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take a bow, please. Everybody take a bow. We are so grateful for you for sharing your heart and those powerful words. And yes, the youth, the future, the now, that is what we are just focused on right now. So thank you for all your work. Thank you again for sharing your art with us. Cassandra, and Oscar. Thank you, Legacy LA, for joining us this month.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, so I do want to make mention that this community show is a monthly gathering that we started back in 2019, and we have every month worked with different community service organizations that are focused on youth. We have partnered with Legacy LA, Korean Youth and Community Center, Search to Involve Filipino Americans, which is SIPA, the Eamon Cannon Comedy Project, and Kid City. And if you are part of a community service organization that focuses on youth empowerment and uplifting youth, please do reach out to us. We would love to partner with you. You can send us an email at info@companyofangels.com. We have a lot of things going on, partnership with Legacy LA, just as Armando has mentioned. We're going to do a spoken word workshop with Javi Moreno, and we are also going to do stand-up with Legacy LA Teens with Elizabeth Covarrubias. Some of you might have caught our stand-up show a couple of months ago. That's another aspect of our comedy program. Not only do we teach improv, but we also have stand-up workshops. So if you are interested and you are in the community in expressing yourself through comedy, please do reach out to us at info@companyofangels.com. Okay, and so we are going to move on to our comedy segment right now. Oh, sorry, I'm digging in the chat. It's info@companyofangels.org, right? Org, because we're a nonprofit. info@companyofangels.org. And maybe Tintin, our technical director, if you wouldn't mind putting that up there so that people can see how they can get into our programs. Okay, so moving on to our, thank you so much, Tintin. Moving on to our comedy program, Angel City Improv. You might have noticed that the title of this show is Improvguration. And we all know that this month we welcomed President Biden and we inaugurated him. But here at Angel City Improv, we have our own inauguration of sorts. We actually welcomed 4 new members to our Angel City Improv team, 2 of which are actually going to join us tonight for our set. So, we're going to bring on our Angel City Improv team. But before we do that, I just want to ask you to get ready to chat some suggestions into the live chat because we are going to take some of those suggestions and weave them seamlessly into our improv scenes. There is going to be a slight delay, so I will ask for the suggestion and then we have to wait a minute, I believe, or maybe a couple of seconds before we actually get those suggestions. So get ready, please, to chat some suggestions. Let's see. Can we bring our team on? Who do we have? Let's see. Juliana. Oh, Jason is our new. Hello, welcome, Jason and Raul. We're welcoming them tonight. And for those of you who join us every month, you see our wonderful Angel City Improv team members already represented. It looks like we are missing Mildred. Mildred, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're just missing Mildred, but we will welcome her when she logs in. It is live stream, so we will welcome her when she comes. Okay, so our very first scene is going to tell you a story. We're going to weave an origin story for you. As you know, we've just gone through the holiday season and there are so many different holidays that we've just celebrated and so many more throughout the year. So we tonight are going to tell you the origin story of an unknown holiday, a little known holiday. So in the chat box, audience members, can you please enter a household object or maybe something that you just bought online? Just type that into our chat and then we are going to tell you the origin of an unknown holiday, a household item, or maybe the last thing that you purchased online. I myself am purchasing a lot of things online. I don't know about all of you, but yeah, I am purchasing a lot. And a teacup. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. We are now going to tell you the origin story of the holiday where we celebrate teacups. Thank you. And Tintin, you can take me out now.
Well, I believe the teacup tradition started around the time of the Boston Tea Party.
Yes, that's correct. It was around that time, actually. Before that, actually not too long before the Boston Tea Party, people would drink tea, but they would drink it with their hands, which wasn't, I mean, in hindsight, wasn't the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
But what was important was whether you drink it with your hand or you find a vase or a cup, there'll be a tradition of holding a certain way so everyone is centered and focused on the goal. There was a purpose to this momentous occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it is said that the best time to drink this tea that came to be is the 15th of every April. No, it's also tax day.
Yeah, so the 15th of April, this is a really special tradition among families of large sizes. So your family had to be over 5 members for you to celebrate this holiday. So during that time, if you didn't have 5 members in your family, you didn't even know about this holiday.
Yes. And, you know, for those that couldn't celebrate that holiday, but really wanted tea, felt like, we should be able to share in this, even if we didn't have the same amount of tea, but just something that we can have. And the people that did celebrate it felt like there should be something separate for them since, you know, they're special and they have 5 people.
Yes, of course. So Some people were drinking with their hands, some with a cup, some with the vases. So they figured that if you had less than 5 people, you had to find a different way to do this. So they came up with the idea of making something round that it wouldn't come down through your fingers if you poured the water through, because that was a big problem. If you poured the tea in your hand, it would just dissipate in less than a minute. You literally had to chug it down, and it was boiling hot. So good luck.
Chaos.
So they came up with this idea of making something circular that you could put the hot liquid on. And
yes. And then in the after the boom of the Great Depression is when they added the handle to the roundness, and the proper drinking form became pinky out. That was the great time, that revolutionary when they added the handle to the roundness. But then you can't forget the pinky.
Oh, yes, it was revolutionary. It was life-changing. In fact, that style of holding that teacup actually spread across the whole world. Everybody would hold their teacups like that now with little pinky. Fancy, very, very fancy.
Now, in that, a lot of times they will be pointed in different directions to represent what axis of the atmosphere. So it was kind of more like a very galactic experience. It's worldly, and that's how we came to this day as the National Teacup Holiday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly it right there.
April 15th. Can't wait.
Yep.
Pinkies up, everybody. Pinkies up.
Mark your calendars.
It's taxing on your soul, not on your, as well as your pocketbooks. Yep.
That's right.
So I only grew up with 4 in my family, so that's why I didn't know about this holiday.
That explains
you
it.
have 5.
Yeah.
You have your own set of
7.
holidays? That's crazy. Wow. Thank you so much for enlightening us about the Teacup Holiday, April 15th. I will be sure to find that Hallmark card.
It's actually crazy. I heard that to substitute, some people actually substitute the tea with Mountain Dew if they don't have tea lying around. So.
No. Wow, that is a twist on the holiday, huh?
But you have to warm it up. You have to make
it
it
has to be hot.
Yeah.
Hot Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So tax season, de-stress with some tea in a teacup. You'd be all right. You'd be all right.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Okay, so our next scene is going to require some suggestions from you, and we will take 2 suggestions, please. We're going to ask you for an animal, an occupation, or an object. So, audience, please chat an object, an occupation, or an animal. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a series of jokes based on your suggestion. And we all know the format. You're going to catch on the format when we do get started. But, this is, when we do improv, it's all about teamwork. And so we like to just stay on screen together while we all tell these jokes. And we hope that you enjoy them with us. So we'll just wait until Tintin gives us Peacock. Okay. Peacock team is your first suggestion. Tintin, you can take me off now. Thank you. Tintin.
Okay, so 185 peacocks walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, I don't serve peacocks." And the peacocks say, "Why not? Check out all my feathers."
Oh, yes.
So 185 peacocks walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve peacocks." The 185 peacocks go, "Gobble, gobble, gobble." Wait, is that the wrong dialect? Oh, man. I forgot.
The 185 peacocks, okay, they come walking into the bar, and the bartender says, yo, get back, get out. We don't serve no peacocks. And then the 185 peacock says, we're not just peacock, we're the model. Check out NBC, we are the star.
So 185 peacocks walk into a bar, all exuberant and nice. The bartender says, no, we don't serve peacocks here. And the 185 peacocks say, Why, is this too exotic for you or what?
Oh, nice.
That's good.
So,
Yeah.
185 peacocks walked into a bar, and the bartender's like, "Get out of here! We don't serve peacocks." And the peacocks are like, "Well, we have Mrs. Peacock from Clue, and she'll kill you with the candlestick." So, in the bar.
Free to her.
185 peacocks walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve your kind here." The peacocks turn to each other and say, "I knew that guy was going to ruin our brand."
Oh, man. That bartender, I'll tell you, that bartender. 185 peacocks walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve peacocks." Peacocks turned around and said, "What?" No wings up in the air.
185
Hey, Tintin, you got another?
Oh.
No,
185 peacocks walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve peacocks here." And the 185 peacocks go, "What? We were sent here from the zoo."
Poor peacock.
Oh, another one.
Ooh, DeLorean.
DeLorean. Oh, man.
So 185 DeLoreans, okay, come driving into the bar, and the bartender says, "Yo, get back. We don't serve no DeLoreans here." And he says, "Hello, McFly. Get back to the future, McFly."
185 DeLoreans walk into the bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve your kind." And DeLoreans say, "Great Scott!"
Nice connection there.
185 DeLoreans drive into a bar, and well, there was no bar after that. The bar was gone.
Time travel. I love it.
Going off of that, 185 DeLoreans drove into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve DeLoreans." Those DeLoreans went back in time and drove into that area where there would have been a bar, and now there's no more bar.
Past becomes your future.
185 DeLoreans drive into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve DeLoreans." And DeLorean said, "Man, we're so fast you didn't even see we drink up all your drink."
Plumber.
Plumber. Okay.
Oh my God.
185 plumbers walk into a bar. Bartender says, "I don't serve plumbers." 185 plumbers responded, "That's fine. The pipes are all messed up anyway."
Who's the sucker?
185 plumbers walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I don't serve plumbers." And the plumbers say, "Why not? Do I smell?"
185 plumbers walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." The plumbers say, "But I bought a belt."
So 185 plumbers walk into a bar, and the bartender's like, "Get out of here. We don't serve plumbers." So the plumbers are like, "Okay, we'll just plunge out of here."
185 plumbers walked into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve plumbers." The 185 plumbers say, "Sir, we actually weren't here to get a drink. We're here to go fix your pipes, but we can put it on your tab."
Put it on your tab.
Put it on the tab. Put it on the tab.
What else we got?
185 plumbers walk into a bar, and the bartender is like, "Get out of here. We don't serve plumbers." And the plumbers are like, "But we've got the Drano to be here."
What? Nice.
Chef Judge.
Chef Judge. Master Chef.
That's a tongue twister.
185 Master Chef judges walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Get out of here. We don't serve your kind." The 185 Master Chef judges say, "You are the weakest link."
185 Master Chefs. Did I say that right? The 185 Master Chef judges walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Get out of here. We don't serve Master Chef judges here." 185 Master Chef judges said, "Hey, don't make me cut you."
Okay. So 185 Master Chef judges walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. We don't serve Master Chef judges." Eventually, the Master Chef judges do walk on out, but before they get out, they grab a beer, they drink it, and they go, "This beer is raw!"
The 185 Master Chef judges, they come into the bar, and the bartender says, "Yo, we don't serve your kind here, okay?" And then the 185 Master judges says, "I'm going to vote on, vote off. Daniel-san, vote on, vote off."
185 Master Chef judges walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, get out of here. I don't serve Master Chef judges." The Master Chef judges say, "Release the Ramsay." And out comes Gordon Ramsay.
185 Master Chef judges. 185 Master Chef judges walk into a fabulous bar. The bartender says, "Hit the road. We don't serve Master Chef judges." The Master Chef judges say, "We will cut you."
185 Master Chef judges walk into a bar, and the bartender's like, "Get out of here. We don't serve the Master Chef judges." And then the Master Chef judges go, "Well, it's okay. You would have been chopped anyways."
Oh, yes. Chopped right off.
Nice, team.
Hey.
Great. I'm crying. That was so
I'm going to sue you.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. You just kept us laughing with your origin story and your amazing jokes. Thank you all so much. Come back next month and you will see Angel City Improv yet again weave those stories and tell those jokes. So thanks everybody for joining us. Right now we're gonna keep Nakasha on. Nakasha, you're gonna introduce our spoken word artist. Thanks everybody.
Bye. Bye. Hey guys, I'm Nakasha. I'm one of the co-producers for Angel City Improv. And first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We love doing these shows. It's so fun to be back, and we really appreciate the support that you guys are giving us. So I am really excited for our spoken word artist. I'm gonna give him just a minute because we're running a little bit early. So, but just to talk a little bit about him, he's one of our newest COA members. And I had the opportunity to work with him this past fall on a virtual show that Company of Angels did with Osatros, which is a theater company out in Brazil. It was a collaboration called The Art of Facing Fear. And this artist, Rogelio, is just so great. He gave such a powerful performance during the show, and it was very heart-wrenching. And so it was really fun to just work with him and see the dedicated person that he is. And so I'm so excited to hear what he's going to say tonight. I'm so excited for you guys to witness his spoken word. Please give it up for Rogelio Douglas III. Hi, Rogelio.
Yeah. How you doing, Nakasha? It's good to see you.
Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much for having me. Absolutely.
Awesome. Take it away.
Okay. So this is a very, very, first of all, good evening, everyone. So happy to, have you all here. It's a very, very new piece, okay? So my name is Rogelio Douglas III, but my poetry name was given to me Romeo, all right? So I go by Romeo. People always ask, why is that your name? They go, is it like Romeo and Juliet? And I'm like, no. They like, oh, is it Romeo Santos? And I'm like, first of all, you're doing way too much. It's just Romeo, right? And so they're like, okay, but how, right? So I did a quick Google search. Romeo, a noun, plural noun, Romeos. Definition 1, an attractive, passionate, male, seducer, or lover. The example they gave was, I saw her heading out the door with some rug-chested young Romeo. Okay, definition number 2, a code word representing the letter R used in radio communication. All right, so by the end of this, I need y'all to let me know if I'm a Romeo or not, okay? Roses are red, violets are blue. I wonder what we could be if I found your missing shoe. I don't know. Maybe I could be your long, tall, skinny, stiletto high heel. Not so you could step on me, but so I could lift you up. I don't know. Maybe I could be your double chocolate mint truffle cookie. Not so you can contemplate eating me, but so you could take your time with me. Baptize me into your coffee, but keep me hard enough for you to hold me, because if you drop me, you'll probably fall in love with me. I don't know. You know what? Maybe you don't even like chocolate. Maybe you don't even like coffee, but everybody's got a cheat day. So hear me out. Maybe I could be your student, right? And you could teach me how to be the person that keeps you motivated and inspired and ambitious. And as a student, as a cisgender, heterosexual, Black and Afro-Latino, complexed man, maybe I should just listen. I am done pretending like I know exactly how you need to be loved, as if loving you specifically should not be a mystery to be solved. This don't have to be a poem about being in love, but maybe a poem about loving the being. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm sorry for being so self-centered. I also Googled you. Juliet, noun, Juliet, no plural. Definition number 1, a code word representing the letter J used in radio communication. That's it. As if there's no Juliet without a rug-chested young Romeo. See, I was born on the corner of toxic masculinity and stupidity, where protecting our women equated to being in control, where the sound of her cry meant she had no other role. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? By the way, that does not mean where are you, bruh? It means why must you be the vessel to a patriarchal war zone, the gateway to systemic oppression? I get there's racism, but there's also sexism. Women do not equate to depression. They don't share the same values. Roses ain't got to be red. Violets ain't got to be blue. That's some old white English shit. Juliet's next line, literally, in translation is, just swear to me you love me, and I'll change my last name. But we all know who wrote that shit. You telling me there's no other way Juliet could be defined? What? I mean, besides she's young and at the intersection of mature and immaturity, and well, she's passionate. I mean, I know she wasn't a person of color, but at that time, she also wasn't really a woman either. They had men play women roles. Okay, that's another poem. Look, can we talk about the fluidity and how women engage, support, rectify, love men? It's not something they were born to do. It's something they had to learn, because sometimes, fellas, we could be insecure AF and then want to exploit women as an outlet. Can we talk about the women of color attending this past inauguration? And best believe America is on their backs already. So I don't know. I was thinking I could have their backs first, right? Get excited about get excited about her, like how you did when Jupiter finally met Saturn. Love her like loving a new vice president to break old patterns. Support her like how you support Kobe and make it 24/7. Believe in her story like you believe in 11/11. See, her curves are not your health insurance, but you still need to make an appointment that she needs to confirm. The wisdom in her hair does not give you license or agency to lubricate her head, drowning her body in your past trauma. That's called transference. Go to therapy. So, not as the Romeo you all may know, but as a cisgender, heterosexual, Black and Afro-Latino, Southern, Jamaican, and Costa Rican, Caribbean, Brooklynite from the hood and sometimes hood, but also a UCLA MFA graduate, one day doctorate, child of God, child of many with different fathers, same mother. I like hot drinks, but it can't be hot. Let's call it past trauma, because what are titles? Complexed, man. How about this? You should be line 1 if you want. You could even write line 2. If you want red roses and blue violets, then I'm down to give that to you. We got to protect and support our women, especially our women of color, the right way, how they want it. Put them on top, and how they say that's on period. See, I decided to write this poem because February is Black History Month. By the way, please, please, please make sure you tell at least one person, one Black person, happy Black History Month. But also, you know, for some or many, it's also a month of love. February is also my mother's birthday on Valentine's Day. February is the month leading into Women's History Month. So fellas, make sure you're preparing for that. And so as we talk about new beginnings and being forward thinkers, I wanted to take a moment to say women deserve better. And that's my piece.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Rogelio. That was amazing. And definitely, as a woman, I feel very encouraged by that. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Anytime, Natasha. I appreciate you all having me.
Awesome.
Thank you. And so I'd like to introduce Louis. He is our Associate Artistic Director, and he would like to tell us a little bit about our theater and how you can help support. Thanks, Rogelio.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Corinne, and thank you, Rogelio. It was nice to hear your words there. And yes, so we're coming to the end of our show here tonight, and we just wanted to take a quick moment to let you know how you can support us continuing doing this show and the theater that we all do throughout the year, particularly during this year of closure and pandemics and all that, and giving us the opportunity to meet with you as a community here virtually. And certainly the first thing is if you see there's a donate buttons or how to support Company of Angels by going directly to our Company of Angels website and supporting us there. You'll be able to see a long list of all of our past productions, as well as some of our current productions, current programs that we do within the community that may have been spoken earlier today, and how you can support those. Also, we're not ashamed to be connected to the outside world in terms of the grand corporations and who want to contribute to organizations like ourselves. So if you're, I know you all are gonna, as soon as you click off, you're gonna go buy something on Amazon. Well, if you go to the Amazon Smile, they have a whole procedure where you can just type in our Company of Angels, and a percentage will go directly to us. So for for a $25 hat, we get 25 cents, and we're happy to get that 25 cents. So the more of you can buy for the needs that you need for your families and your enjoyment, we're happy to take a little sliver of that to help us continue to do the work that we do here in our theaters. Ralph's is also another corporation who does that also. You can sign that up, and we'll actually help you all by putting the directions or instructions on how to do that on our website. So when you go to website and support us there, you'll have some more information on how you can continue to do this in your everyday lives when you're out shopping for food or for clothing or whatever you may also buy. So with that, thank you all. And Corinne, back to you.
Thank you so much, Louis Sanchez, Associate Artistic Director. On behalf of Angel City Improv and Company of Angels, we'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight. We will resume our monthly shows now, so come and join us February 25th. That's a Thursday at 8 o'clock, and we will bring you more community comedy performance. Wonderful, wonderful performers from our community. And again, if you are with a nonprofit organization, a community service organization that focuses on youth empowerment, please do reach out to us so that we can partner with you at info@companyofangels.org. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next month, February 25th. Bye-bye.
It's raining.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Buenas noches.